microphone. Thank you. You're up.
Hello and good evening, Munchie Mafia. Just having some minor issues with the cameras, actually with the Atem. So we should go. So just checking in to see what is going on. There's nobody in the chat. What is going on? So we have audio. Wait till some people come in. Oh my God, those are good. Hey, Captain Brian. We're having some technical difficulties, so we had to go back to the old camera. We're going to get it figured out for Sunday. What is that? There is that cable that's hanging right in front of the camera lens.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, he's getting it. So we're gonna just go to this camera for today because I just don't want to deal with that. We're already getting mad at each other. So anyway, Munchie Mafia, we are making Cod Francaise. Francaise. Derek, say it with me. Francaise.
Hi, baby. It's going to be a long night.
It is one of my favorite dishes. It's light and bright, and it's Italian. So, do you happen to know what this is? Let me know what it is. Tell me what it is. Hey, Derek, and Tiger, and Mason. Hello. So, the food boat is in the house. He has a channel called the Food Boat, and Mason Hefner is also in the channel, and his is under Mason Hefner. Then we also have Andy from the Menorcan Mullet and Alfred from the Chit Show. His is under Alfred Montanera. And so if you want to go and take a look at their links, they're all on my channel. There's also Mike, who's also known as Polish Cha-Cha. And we can't forget the onesie women. Hello, ladies. Love you long time. So, can anybody tell me what that is? Do you know what it is? What it looks like? It's a new toy. Anyway, so what it is it's to make hasselback potatoes. And what you do is you stick the potato in there and you follow the guides. Now you don't want to go to the very end, so you're going to want to just cut right through. And what it does is it doesn't cut all the way through the potato because there's this little divot in the center of it that the potato rests in. Oopsie daisy. I don't think I like this. I don't like this one.
And then we did some changes to that.
And Timmy's on the phone in the background. I think he's talking to his cousin, Paste. Not sure if she made it in, but just in case. Hello, Paste. Love you. Hope you're feeling well. Paste recently had her foot amputated. That's Timmy's cousin. All right. So what we're going to do is just do the other potato. I don't have very good hand-eye coordination like I used to. Ever since I had a car accident and brain surgery, my hand-eye coordination has not been the greatest. So You know, I take advantage of tools whenever I possibly can. Because this thing, you can actually do this with a pair of chopsticks. You just lay the chopsticks down and just do it from there. So what it does is it doesn't cut all the way through the potato. And when you drizzle it with oil and then you put it in the oven, it bakes up and it gets all crispy. You gotta make sure that you get oil throughout all the little crevices that you've created. Yeah, this thing's junk. I don't like it. I think I'm just gonna go back to the old style and just pray that I don't cut a finger off. No, live and learn. Because I'm a gadget whore. I love gadgets. So how is everybody tonight?
Yeah, I'll holler.
Hi TRP,
I appreciate that. I really do.
welcome. Happy Friday.
All right. Well, enjoy the
So
show.
now we're just gonna go in and
Okay. thanks.
separate all the little cuts. Yeah, see, one of the things that I do is when I do them by hand is that the cuts are a lot thinner. This also helps to, what is that dog going on about? Dory? You going outside? Okay. So, we're going to drizzle it with oil. We're going to make sure that it gets all the way in through all that. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, why are we doing potatoes? Well, because this is dinner for me and Timmy tonight.
All right. Let's go.
This is a wonderful little dinner for two. So if you're one of those that just doesn't want to, deal with having to make reservations and dressing up and stuff, and you just want to just have a casual night home alone, send the kids off to like grandma's or something, and just have like a nice little Valentine dinner for two. This is a great little recipe. This isn't what we're having for Valentine's Day because we're having it today, and granted he would eat fish, he would eat cod every day, but I'm actually going to make him something else. Shh, be very quiet. He's outside, so he doesn't know, but I'm making him his favorite spaghetti and clams. That's his favorite dish that I make. Okay, sprinkle of salt. Sprinkle some more salt. We want to give it a pretty good amount of salt. So we're going to stick this in the oven, then we're going to go and work on the other stuff. All right. Oh my goodness. I'm out of towels. Forgot to put them in the dryer this morning. Okay. Toss that in there. So I got 2 cod fillets here. These are about 5 ounces, give or take. You want to pat them dry. You want them dry, or else it just gets kind of soggy. Okay, so what we're going to need is Italian parsley and fresh plucked tarragon, a whole bunch of garlic cloves, which we're going to cut the ends off, just because it's just, they get a little bitter and they're known to break teeth, and we're not going to do that. So, hope y'all are looking forward to Sunday. Sunday is scratch-made cannolis. I'm going to make them my way, which is not the traditional way, but it's a way that I make them that everybody seems to really enjoy a lot. It's a funny story. The last time I made them, I was working at a high-end steakhouse up in Milton. It was called the Mill of Milton, and I made them, and there was a couple that had some minor blowouts that just weren't very pretty, so we just set it up for a picture, And then we decided that we were going to just let the servers give them a try, so they knew what the tasted like, so that they could describe it to customers. And they descended upon those things like ravenous vultures. Okay, so here we go. This is kind of a rustic dish, so I like to leave them. Actually, I'm just gonna give them a rough slice, because we don't want to release all of the oils all over the cutting board. So we're just gonna just give it a slice, because it's supposed to be nice and pretty and fresh. The other thing is that I like to put tomatoes in mine. I like to blister my tomatoes, and you don't have to. It's actually not traditional to the dish, but I just like it that way. Plus, it gives it a lot more color, and yeah. So let's take a look here. Who else is in here? Oh, hello, Sophie. Hello, Mike. Mike of Polish Cha-Cha Fishing is in the house. Figured he'd be along shortly. And the Onesie women are supposedly going to watch and make cannolis. Wonderful! So we have this running joke about every time I throw a link up from Amazon for a kitchen device of some sort, Tiger immediately goes and buys it. So there's that running joke about that. And so, yeah, I almost feel like I want to be a little bit sadistic to you, Tiger, and bring out my Mercado Atlas multi-pass pasta maker and give you the link on that one, and that'll bankrupt you. That sucker was pretty damned expensive. Okay, so now we got that. These are big ass freaking lemons. I don't know why. I picked these because I don't know if that's going to fit in there. So roly, roly, roly. You roll your lemons, and we're just going to cut them because I've got a lemon squizzy. Because I'm lazy like that. I got a lot of cuts on my hands. Always have like little micro cuts everywhere, all over my hands. So it's like anytime I try to squeeze it into my hand, it's like I end up screaming like a little bitch. Okay, there we go. All right, so, and we're also going to do some asparagus. We have butter. We also have, I think that might be sherry. White wine, sherry, Madeira, or Marsala. Marsala is going to be a little on the sweeter side. It's not going to lend too well to the cod, so I would recommend sticking with a white. But I happen to like sherry. I like sherry a lot, and I might just put a little splash of cognac in there too. A little splash of Hennessy, or maybe polish off the last of this. No, maybe I'm not. I found this in the wall of my house, and it's over 60 years old. Leaving the last of it there. So, yeah, I'm going to float a little bit of Hennessy in there. This stuff, I wouldn't drink Hennessy personally. This is only for cooking. Just because I'm a snob that way. And bougie. Okay, so vegetable stock. If you're doing this with chicken, you're going to want to use chicken stock. So what we have here is we have flour and egg. That's just been all mixed together and stuff. So we're going to just add a little bit of pepper to both of them. A little bit of salt, like a pinch here and a pinch there. Okay. Put this over here and out of the way. That is recyclable. Get our pan. This pan here was my father's pan. So when I worked in restaurants, every Friday I made my dad's clam chowder for the longest time. Well, not at restaurants right now, so I guess this is the next best thing is cooking with my dad's favorite saute pan. I miss my dad. I don't know why I miss my dad today, but anyway, so we're gonna get that heated up, and let's see. How's things going? That pan is I don't know. Let's see. I might have. I don't know. Let's see here. 12 inches. 12 inches. So, onion. Well, my hand's smelling like onions today, so I'm gonna get some gloves. I need gloves anyway, because I don't want to have to trip over cables and stuff getting over to the sink. I'm half tempted to get another one of these prep tables just so I can have two of them. I'm sure Timmy's gonna be like, over my dead body. Please, Daddy, can I have another one? I'll use that for that. Let's see here. All right, so I'm not going to need a lot of onion. And when I say not a lot of onion, I mean we're not going to use both pieces. I was really kind of hoping to do a short onion flour for you, but I don't know. Just didn't have time. Too much lollygagging today. I've been lazy. Kind of enjoying this, this time off. So I had 2 interviews last week with the same company, and they're supposed to make their decision. Well, it's Friday and it's 5 o'clock, so I guess they don't want me. Or maybe I misunderstood, I don't know. I probably think that I'm overqualified. If I hear that one more time, I think I'm going to have to lose my mind. So I was really hoping for that one. I don't know, maybe they'll call. Maybe something happened and the person that's responsible for calling back all these people to come in for the 3rd interview is just out sick or something, I don't know. We'll see. Holding out for hope. Really hoping for that one though. And I think that the interview went really well because I don't prepare myself for interviews because I don't want it to sound like, yes, I have done this for 5 years and that for 8 years, and then it just sounds like, the same canned responses that they're going to hear from, 50 applicants. Don't want it to sound rehearsed. I like spontaneity, believe it or not. All right, so there's that. So now we're going to go and fill our pan, and it's getting pretty hot. So now we are going to get the bottle of oil, put it over there. All right, so let me move my garbage thing. Yes, I'm using a enameled cast iron for a garbage bowl. Get that out of the way. So now we got, that's garbage. I can get over here. Okay, so here's all our things. I'm going to take that tray over that way in a moment. But anyway, so, let your fish get pat dried. And you never want to season your fish too soon. Because one of the things is that salt's going to cause more of the liquid to come up to the surface. So with my clean hand, I'm going to mix that up. And then we're going to just roll this up in there. And then we're going to just go into the flour. We're just going to lightly dredge it. It's just flour, salt, and pepper. Okay. There we go. And hey, Timmy, I forgot my one of my platters over there by my chair on the front porch. If you could bring that in on your way back, could you please? Thank you. All right. Roly, roly, roly. And you don't have to bring it in right this second either. You can wait till the dog is done doing her business. I hear something rattling around out in front of the house. I'm sure it's Timmy probably kicking around the chair and stuff. He's like, God damn, he's always asking me to do shit all the time. And no, he doesn't really do that. But, okay, so dirty hand, clean hand. All right, so we're going to take this over here. We're gonna give the pan a pretty decent amount of oil. And that's good. Give it a moment. How are we doing? See if I can bring this camera over closer. I'm really sorry, guys. Just technical difficulties, and we didn't want to, delay the live. Oh shit, Timmy, I did something wrong. I think I broke something. All right. Oh, what the hell I did. Okay, so I guess that's going to be for the gag reel. Oops. All right, so how can you guys see that? I'm really sorry, guys. Oh, well, no. No what, Timmy? Anyway, so there's two sides to a fish. There's presentation side and skin side. We're going to want to start with the skin or the presentation side. We're just going to lay it down in there. And that's also the presentation side. Skin side, presentation side. I don't know what I did, Timmy. I'm sorry. Wreck-It Ralph is in the house. Fish spat. Okay. Mr. Fish spat.
The camera won't reach there. Not even close.
Yes, I know that. That's the best I could do.
So I'll put it back.
Well, we can't see the fish.
Well, I'm sorry. That's the best we can do. The cable's only that long.
All right, so there's a culinary term called fond, F-O-N-D. Can anybody tell me what that means? French culinary term, fond.
You want the huge platter?
No, just a smaller one that's over there behind my chair. There's got handles on it. Hi, mean girl. Oh, you know what, lower? Oh. How about now? The microphone kind of fell into my bra. Sorry. Talking to my tatas. Is that better, Tiger? Yes, very good, Derek. Very, very good. Now, look at that. Look at that golden brown. I don't know if you can see it. Just Timmy moved the camera back. Good. Thank you, Google. Yeah. All right. We're just going to let this do its thing for a moment or two. Yes. Yes. Now see. Like I said, my car looked like it was a mini catering truck. All my platters, all my pretty white platters and stuff, and all my bowls, serving stuff, the toolboxes for the toolboxes, and more toolboxes, yada yada, it's all out there. It looked like a catering truck at the store. And on Christmas, I had to empty out my car because we had a lot of very large gifts. And I got a RAV4, so it's not a huge SUV by any means, but bigger than my Kia Soul that I used to drive. One of the reasons why I wanted to get rid of the Kia Soul. Oh, the smell of that fish is smelling absolutely fantastic. Here's my platter. We got some cute little crusty bits on there. Flip it over one more time. I turned the fan on. I'm sorry, guys. Hope it's not too loud. Now, while that's going, I'm going to just add just a smidge more oil in there. I'm going to start dropping these onions. And we're going to wait for a few moments, and then we're going to dump the garlic. So as you can see, we got a nice, pretty golden crust on the fish. I don't know how well you can see it. I'm so sorry, guys. I promise we're going to get this sorted out. Because we got a camera like right up here, and the other one is over there somewhere. But this one actually points all the way down onto the stove. It was pretty slick, but having some issues with the Atem, not necessarily the cameras. Alright, we want to get those all nice. And so we don't want the fish to burn, so we're just going to actually put those on top of the onions and kind of just scooch them back to the middle of the pan and just let those onions just kind of, be a nice little bed for that fish because it's actually kind of thick. I've made this for Timmy before, but he honestly does not remember me making it. But this is actually quite a long time ago because I remember the first day I made it for him. We had just gotten Dobby from the rescue, and he'd only been in our home for like 2 or 3 days. And I made it, and I set the plates down on the coffee table, and he got so excited that he jumped up, and my plate flew onto the sofa. Cod Francaise all over the place. I think I made a risotto to go with it. That was everywhere. So we ended up having to eat Timmy's dish between the two of us. We ended up starving later, so we ended up getting in the car and driving to Dairy Queen at like 10 o'clock at night. And on our way out there, it was actually really kind of cool because there's this huge herd of elk that lives out that direction, and they were crossing the road. There was like hundreds of them just crossing the road. So we had to sit there and watch. We were in our pajamas and we were watching this, and we were just so beautiful. And so they finally got past us and went over into the field, go toward, wherever the hell they live, or so we thought. So we got out on the road, we got to Dairy Queen on before closing, and that was awesome because both of us were a little starving at the time. And poor doggy. I really miss that dog. Okay, so now our onions are starting to get nice and crispy and golden, and our fish is protected. We're just going to give it a test. That's actually doing quite well. So we're going to just pop these out for a moment. Let those sit and rest. This carryover temperature is going to see, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? We're just going to leave that there for right now. Now we're going to give this a stirry stir. Those bits are in there. Then we're going to hit it with that. And we're just going to let this get happy. And we're going to reduce it down to what's known as asparagus. Does anybody know what asparagus means? Asparagus, A-U-S-E-C, is the French term for that. You guys are Google. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. You guys make my heart happy. All right. Asparagus, guys. Come on. Come on. Oh, Tiger. Really? The exact recipe for Dairy Queen vanilla ice cream under different pressure and temperature will make plastic. And then Captain Brian goes, and ... Yeah, exactly. You know what? The irony of life is nobody gets out of alive. Just enjoy your freaking ice cream, man. Just eat it. Just freaking eat it. Yeah, I know it's probably full of chemicals. And usually I say, you know what? Stay away from chemicals as much as humanly possible. But I don't want to go to my deathbed and be laying there on my final moments and saying, I'm dying because I ate well. Okay, so now we're going to squeeze some lemon in there. Juice of 1 large lemon. I'll show you what we're going to do with the other one in just a moment. This is the other half. We're going to take these. Just going to float those in there. So now we're going to bring it back to Osek again. So have we figured out what Osek means, guys? Come on. Come on. A-U-S as in Sam, E-C. This is going to help to bring out all the nice flavors. Like that. Get that really nice and pretty in there. How are they doing with the Osek? Never mind me. It's got a phone call. He's so special today. He's got so many phone calls. Considering it's not a special ringtone, it might be business related. It might be something else, I don't know. Maybe that freaking real estate scammer that keeps calling in 5 times a week. Let's see. Check that up a little bit more. Performed plastic surgery on myself many times and still have nothing to show for it. Okay, Derek. You know, if you really wanted to have a bigger ass, you could have come and talked to me. I could have told you how to get a big ass. You didn't have to use that silicone stuff that you get at Home Depot. Okay. One of the things I like about these things is that you can put what you don't use into the freezer. So we're going to give that about a cup of that.
All right, come on.
I'm going to check the potatoes. They're still doing their thing. Doing their thing. Let's see here. Who was that?
They hung up.
Oh.
Come on, Billy. Come on.
Alright. So we don't want to leave the fish in there or else it's going to be poached and it's going to be spotted and we can do all sorts of weird stuff. So. Heavy cream. Can't believe the prices at the grocery store these days. Can you imagine going to the grocery store 10 years ago and buying a quart of heavy cream and it cost like $2.29? But today's prices, guess how much a quart of heavy cream costs at a grocery store? Let me know what you think in the comments. How much I could have paid for that. Let me know. Just type it in the chat. It's pretty ridiculous. I'll tell you that much. Ridiculous, man. Just totally ridiculous. So, OSAC means reducing the liquid down until it's just barely, there's barely any in the pan. It basically just cooks down and develops into a deeper flavor and creates a layer of flavors. I'm quite surprised I haven't set off the smoke detector yet. And haven't set my hair on fire, so it's a good day. Definitely a good day. Yes, nearly dry. Good job, Tiger. Even though I just don't know what it was. Gotta love Google. Gotta love it. So, anyway, back to the Dairy Queen story. That I got sidetracked. Squirrel. So, on our way back from Dairy Queen, driving down the road, and that same herd of elk decides that it wants to go back the other direction. So we had to sit there and wait for like another 10, 15 minutes for them to pass by because those things are huge. You know, when you look at them, they're freaking huge, and they're all sorts of 50 shades of fu. We're gonna go at our own pace. If I want to stop in the middle of the road, what are you gonna do? You're gonna stop me? No, you're not gonna do that. Because I'll damage your car. So we had to wait. And we finally got home and we curled up on the sofa and put on some movies. And life was grand. Life was so much simpler back then. But my dog Dobby, he just had the plate flying everywhere. I mean, it was all over me, all over the sofa, all over Timmy, all over the media room mini fridge. Okay, so now we're to the point where we are so-called almost dry. Oh, wow. One thing I don't like about this pan is the handle gets hot. So there we go. That's almost dry. So I'm just going to let it just do its thing for just a little bit longer. Just a little tiny smidgen bit. And we're going to start adding the tomatoes at this point. So this is just a container of just garden variety cherry tomatoes. And we're going to get some butter. We're gonna chop it up into knobs. Now we want our butter to be reasonably cold. This is warmed up a little bit because it's actually damn hot in this little corner, especially with a ring light right behind the camera there and the stove and the oven's on. So it's gonna be recycling. But alas, I've been in far worse kitchens in my life. One time we clocked the kitchen temperature at 127 degrees. That was on the hottest day of the year, where we set record high of 112 degrees in Western Washington, which is basically unheard of. Okay, so we're gonna blister our tomatoes. Blister, blister, blister. Now, a lot of the times I like to add basil to this, but I just didn't feel like basil. I'm kind of in a tarragon kind of mood at the moment. Okay, so now we're going to take our asparagus. Let's move this over here. This over here. That's for something else. Okay, so get my handy silk hat. Love silk hats. I think I actually posted links to them on my Discord. So never cut your asparagus. What you do is just go snap. Grab it on one end, grab it on the other, wherever it snaps, that's where it goes. So they're not always going to be perfect. And the reason why is because these ends are woody. These actually work great if you're going to be making your own stock. You can just throw the ends in there and just add your other vegetables, your mirepoix, which is your carrot, celery, onion, add garlic, and you can throw fennel in there, mushroom, the mushroom stems. I like to reserve my mushroom stems for stock. Also your herb stems that you're not planning to use. Okay, so this is just very basic right here. Just gonna kind of do that. We're gonna just drizzle some oil. This is gonna go in the oven with the other stuff. And when I say other stuff, that's the potatoes. So we're gonna scooch those over. Okay, so we're getting a nice bit of fond on the bottom of that pan, yet again. So just gonna hit it with a little bit more sherry, not more solid sherry. That's gonna taste weird. We're not trying to make a food smoothie here. So let that do its thing. That side. More. Okay, Okay, so then we're going to turn the temperature down. Open that up. Grab my oven mitten. I need to get myself some new oven mittens. You're going to love those potatoes. Once when you see them, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. But that thing's a piece of garbage, so don't buy one. Okay, so we got this beautiful fond in the bottom of the pan. Should just come up really nice and neatly. And the tomatoes are getting nice and pretty blistered. Everything else. So there's that. So now that we've lowered the temperature, we're going to start throwing in a few knobs of butter here and there. And we just shake it around. I'm sorry. I hate electric stoves. And what's going to happen is it's going to start emulsion. You don't want to have really aggressive heat on the pan. Throw a little bit more in there. This is basically just a very rustic pan sauce. Very lemony, and it's got a lot of garlic and some onion. We're going to add some parsley at the end. Just seeing, I don't know how well you can see that, but it's starting to emulsify a little bit. Now the way to keep it from breaking is just put a splash of your heavy cream in there. And that's why we don't have a gas stove. Why? So now all those bits are getting happy. We're going to start splashing a little bit of that heavy cream in there. For the two of us, I like to go a little heavy on it because I really like that. I really like the sauce. Where's my special whisk? Okay, do you know what kind of whisk this is? Do you remember what this is called? Put it in the chat. I see it. So those tomatoes are going to start to break down a little bit, and that's okay. Alright, I don't need all of that. I just need that much. There. Don't really want a fine chop on this. We're just going to do a little rough chop. A little bit of, like it a little bit rough, you know? You know what I mean? A little rough. Ooh, that was a bad one. Anyway. Maybe I'll have some more wine. Whee! Oh. So much, Mafia. What do you think? What you thinking about? How are we doing? Mom's attitude adjuster? Yeah. Yeah. As you can see, it's looks a little on the rich side. I need to get spoons. I keep forgetting to bring spoons over here. Turn it up a little bit. So you hold the spoon up, you draw your finger through, and if that line stays put, that's pretty much it. You don't want to break it. But it's dribbling through. Oh my god. Just need some salt. Where's my salt? Okay. Salt. Salt, salt, salt. So we're going to let this reduce a little bit. That fish is so pretty. Pretty proud of that. Okay. Just out of the way. Bench scraper. So I'm really looking forward to showing you cannolis. Cannolis, you can never go wrong. I mean, you can put just about anything you want in them, or just make them traditionally. I'm not making any vegetable stock anything soon. I went to put something in the freezer the other day when I went to Costco and realized that I have like bags upon bags of vegetable scraps that like collect my vegetable scraps, just throw them in a big bag in the freezer and pull that out when I'm getting ready. But those things have been in there forever, probably since the beginning of COVID. Okay, so what are the chives for, you ask? They're for the potatoes. So we want little teeny tiny bitty bitties. Now remember, claw action. Let that knife blade lay up against your knuckles. Less likely to cut a tip of a finger off or slice through a fingernail, which is no fun. All right, so we got some bubblies here. We're just going to turn it down a little bit. Come over. Move all this stuff out of the way so we can present a beautiful dish to y'all. At some point, we're going to start putting the fish back into the pan and just let it sit and get happy a little bit. Not for too long. Just to give it a little bit more heat all over again. And gotta check my potatoes. Been there for about 6:06. Just an hour now. But see how they opened up. New spoon. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. Pepper. Contrary to popular belief, put pepper in too soon, it can actually scorch the pepper. End up with a really nasty taste in the mouth. So, like that. These tomatoes are starting to really come together nicely. Why don't you send the leaders so I can join you for dinner? I could have brought some fish. I've caught in the freezer. Oh, Captain Kichi, where do you live? You live in Washington?
No, he's over on the East Coast.
East Coast?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to take forever to get over here then. Depending on part of the East Coast, it could take, about a week to drive. Oh. Hi, Dory Dude. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. You look pretty in your sweater. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay. What does that say? I have a new ulu you can borrow. I have an ulu too. Let's see. I don't carry it in my bag anymore because every time I do, I reach into my bag and I end up cutting myself. I think it got swirled underneath my convection toaster oven. All right. This is starting to get all nice and pretty. I'm sorry, main girl. We finished off that pizza. We finished it all off. It was delicious. But I did post the recipe on my blog, chefcivvy.com. Just kind of gotten around to putting the gluten-free cookies. Didn't seem like anybody was really all that interested in gluten-free cookies, except for maybe 2 people. So next Friday we're going to do fish and chips. And I'm going to make show you all how I make my tartar sauce. It's a special. The onesie women made pizza tonight. Domino's delivered. That's great. I need to get a fork. Just need to take a look at something real quick. See how our potatoes are doing. We don't want to cook these till they're too mushy, but we want them al dente. And al dente means to the tooth or toothsome. And there's different types of potatoes. Well, duh, Captain Obvious. There's waxy and there's starchy. And I'm not a potato person. I like the waxier ones, like the Yukon golds or the reds, or even the purples. Purples are nice. Kennebecs are mildly starchy. So we're going to reduce the temp on that, and just a little bit longer on the potato. So what kind of story do we want to hear tonight? Anybody? Craziest date story between Timmy and I, or just craziest date story, period? That one's for Sophie. Okay, craziest date story. So, a very good friend of mine, we'll call her Stress, fiery redhead. I have a thing for redheads. We went on a date night together, and um, we went to this party, and there was this guy that was bothering the hell out of us, and he wouldn't leave us alone, wouldn't leave us alone, wouldn't leave us alone. And he was a short guy. I don't know what it is about short men, but they just set off the worst aggression and anger in me, especially when they're drunk. So we were at our friend's house, and there were a lot of people just milling about, eating food, having drinks, but this guy would not leave us alone. And we decided that we were going to strip him naked and take him out in the backyard of our friend's house, and handed him a pair of kitchen scissors and forced him to cut the grass. And it was dark out. It was like 10:30 at night. It was fairly warm. It wasn't horribly cold. In the high 50s, low 60s. And so we just sat there in camp chairs out on the patio and watched this guy on his hands and knees cutting the lawn with a pair of kitchen scissors, naked. We laughed our asses off over it the whole time. Just thought it was just the funniest thing. So a little while later, he decided, and we told him that if you get any on the walkway, that he's going to be eating it. And so, a little while later, he kind of gave up on the two of us. I think he got tired of bugging us, so he started bugging another girl, and that girl, she handcuffed him to his car and just left him out there. That was pretty funny. So that's the craziest one. I don't know, but we didn't see him for a long time because we probably got together once a week, sometimes, or once a month. No, twice a month. And he was fairly new. Somebody brought him. He was a +1, and he was really annoying. His name was Den, and he was just obnoxious and just annoying. And he was like trying to get together with every girl in the thing. And all of us were like, "Dude, really? No." So we didn't see him for a few months until we were over at another party, and he showed up, and then saw the two of us again together, except for we came separately. And then he just turned as white as a sheet and just walked out, and we never saw him again, ever. So, I don't know. It's probably on the side of a milk carton somewhere in some country. I think he was like from Turkey or something. I don't know if they put faces on milk cartons when people are missing, but, I think that's what probably happened to him. Okay, so, now, we are going to get this out of the way. We're done with that. Maybe I don't want another table, because then I don't know. Probably walk over it. Probably lose 40 pounds. I should be able to get around it. Actually, yeah, 40 pounds. Something like that. Okay, so we're just gonna let the fish sit and get happy right there like that. Okay. Now we want to keep the lemons. gonna blister the lemons with my handy dandy torch. Whoa, whoa, shit. Turn off. What the hell? Okay. Don't worry, I didn't burn the house down, Timmy. It's not today. Okay. Now we got our this beautiful asparagus. One of the things I like so much about having a stainless steel prep table in my kitchen is I can just bring a 450-degree pan straight out of the oven and just set it right down on top and not have to worry about melting or cracking or anything like that. Because these countertops here, I think they're I don't know what the hell they're called, but eventually I'd like to get a new kitchen remodel. So, birthday's coming up. So I am size kitchen remodel. You're looking to shop for me. Okay, so okay. So right there. Hopefully Winnie doesn't come along and step up on the toolbox and try to climb up on the stove. Okay, so now we have our asparagus lined up in a diagonal. Turn this back up. I'm going to get my cheese. Out. Oh, melting. Okay, so this is just a shredded cheddar jack cheese. Alright. So this is really a fun way to do baked potatoes. Because then you just take the cheese and you stick it in there. And what happens is that it kind of gets into the cracks, and then it starts to melt a little bit. These are hasselback potatoes, the actual name for it. But please don't get that cutter thing. That was stupid. Just go back to the old thing. A pair of chopsticks, and a cutting board. Just have to behave myself a little bit with mine. Always in the cutting board. So grab the hot pan. Done that before. All right. Woo. How are we doing? Ow. The counter's hot. Harvey and Main Girl in the corner. You guys are in the corner. What are you guys doing? Better not be sucking face. Timmy?
Yeah.
I think I just heard somebody knocking on the front door. Or it's the parrot. I don't know which yet. No, Harvey, you're not it. I know. Mean Girl's not a mod in this channel. Alright, so we're just going to flippy the fish. Now, we remember which side was presentation side up. What we're looking at right now is the is the skin side up. So we just wanted to give it a light glaze. I'll come over here with this. Just put that right there like so. See, come here. This one. Oh, it smells so rich. I almost put that in the sink over here. I don't know why.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny. Okay. All right.
Need to move that more to the center of the table.
Huh? More toward the center of the table? Like that?
No, to your left.
Right.
There you go.
Like that? Can they actually see it? Can't even see how I'm plating it. Alright. Nice. Alrighty. And here we go. Potatoes are nice and golden. Plop that down right there. Plop that down right there like that. Put this one on top of that. And that's family style, which is how a lot of Italian food is served, is family style. Sour cream. A dollop here and there. Shrub lemon. Should have done that. Just got done with my suffering over that chicken bacon ranch pizza. And all that dairy was just, oh. God. All right, so we want the chives on that. We're going to take the plucked tarragon, sprinkle it around. And voila. I'll get a picture. All right. Pull the screen back up. Oh my God, what the hell did I just do to my phone? My phone just locked up. Yes, Tiger, it's an apple. Freaked out. I wanted chives because they're so gentle and tiny. How's that look, guys? Cod Francaise with asparagus and hasselback potatoes. serve on a handy dandy cold Corellware. So what I would recommend as far as wine is concerned on this would be like a Pinot Gris. It's just gentle. I'm not a fan of Chardonnays. They're just too acidic for me. So if you're looking for beers, what I would recommend is let's see here what is out there these days. You know, I'm really into Space Dust. But I don't want to suggest that one. You want to go with an IPA. So, does anybody have any questions for me? Any questions? Bananas are for potassium, yes. Really could eat the TV. Well, you should smell this. This is just freaking phenomenal. Some of the sour cream is dribbled off, but yeah. So I'll turn it around. Just like that. And there you have it. All right, everybody. Well, I'm really sorry about the cameras. We're gonna figure it out, come hell or high water by Sunday. So I guess it's that time of the night, Munchie Mafia, and I just want to say how much I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for showing the love. I really appreciate it. And so I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. We're going to be ending this live here in just a sec. So, Munchie Mafia.
See you on Sunday.
See you on Sunday, and don't forget, cook with love, but eat with passion. Good night.
All right.